Hi, I'm Shen and you're watching xda-TV. April Fools brought us quite a few troll stories. Google went and did quite a few things, including Gmail tapped a Morse code keyboard, which apparently speeds up typing. 8-bit Google Maps was announced for the NES. The game cartridge comes with an Ethernet socket so you can connect to the internet. Google Voice for Pets, quite self-explanatory. Google Racing, a self-driving race car that was developed by Google and NASCAR, apparently. And finally, Google Chrome multitasking, which allows you to browse the internet with two different cursors using two different mice. Right, on to actual news. HTC released their new phones this week, the HTC One S and One X. I'll be doing an unboxing and routing video on it soon. The HTC Evo 1 was announced for Sprint. It's basically an HTC One XL, that is in a new chassis. A lot of people have been comparing the HTC One X with the Galaxy Nexus, which I think is definitely not the way to do it. What people need to understand is, instead of going for the speedy Qualcomm processor, Google decided to sacrifice speed for openness. Texas Instruments releases all the documentation for the OMAP 4 processor, whereas Qualcomm never releases any datasheets for their processors. So if you want to do a benchmark with a current phone, it's probably better to do it with a Samsung Galaxy S2 Skyrocket. Motorola announced that the Razr Max will be released in Europe and the Middle East in May. CM9 Alpha was released for the Samsung Galaxy W after a lot of hard work and brick devices from recognized developer Arco68. CyanogenMod announced their new mascot, which will be replacing their Cyan bug droid. A slideshow of all the submissions has been posted, so you can go check that out. So the new mascot's called Sid. It was based on a prototype that was submitted. So here's the original prototype. A lot of people hated it, but it just reminds me of Little Big Planet. Clockwork Mod recoveries were released for the Transformer and the Transformer Prime. Instagram for Android was released, achieving over 1 million downloads in under 24 hours. Though they did release an update quite a few hours in to fix all the crash issues. I find it's a hipster app with hipster filters. I mean, nearly all cameras nowadays have filters built in, so Instagram really isn't that special. SwiftKey 3 Beta was released yesterday. Its default theme is now Holo UI, and it's added 7 new languages. However, they did decide to put all the punctuations on one key. Not really a fan of that. It's only available for their VIP community right now, as they want to fix quite a few bugs. You can go over to vip.swiftkey.net and sign up. ICS for the Samsung Galaxy Note was leaked. However, it's only for the AT&T Galaxy Note, which runs on LTE, but it pretty much has everything working. The Nexus S 4G got an ICS leak. It appears to be a final build that's built on Android 4.0.4. The Sony Xperia Play also got an ICS beta. The Galaxy Nexus is getting its 4.0.4 official update over OTA. It appears to only be the GSM devices for now. HTC are pushing out their official ICS update for the HTC Sensation and the XE. A lot of people should have got an update notice by now, but if you haven't, just wait a few days and I'm sure you'll get it. That is, of course, you're running a stock ROM. For Londoners, the recent update of Google Maps includes the feature of service updates for the London Tube. And finally, HTC Hub had their HTC One S seized. Many believe it's because they released a video for it before the embargo date. But if that's true, why didn't HTC seize their HTC One X? Well, HTC never give out their beta devices. Ever. The only time the public can get their hands on it is if they're loaning it short term to the press. So here's the thing, that beta device shouldn't have been in the hands of HTC Hub, which is why HTC wanted it back. To be perfectly honest, I think HTC Hub had gotten off easy. HTC could easily have shut down their whole website for trademark and copyright violations. HTC is a trademark name, and HTC Hub's website is full of copyrighted images from HTC Sense. So that's it for this episode. I hope you found it useful. I'd like to know, what do you think of the new CM mascot, and what do you think of the HTC Hub situation? You can post your views below, or you can find me on Twitter or Google+. And I'll see you next time. So if you want to do a fair benchmark,